Nobody likes to lose. I think it's a very common thing in human nature. Nobody likes losing. Nobody enjoys to take the L. There are some people who sometimes hold on a little too long to the idea that they could be successful, to the idea that they could still win. And sometimes it makes you look like a real damn fool. And I've never seen a much more prudent example than this kermumful that I'm seeing in front of my eyes. This is one of the crazier situations I've seen because I've never seen somebody refuse to admit that they're wrong so hard in my life. What am I talking about? So a couple days ago, Charlie, Moist Critical, the 1.5 coming of the Messiah. It's a bit much, but he's got that Jesus look down. He posted this video basically going over another viral video that went out maybe a week ago. I think it's only fair that I give you some background before we dive into the nitty-gritty of everything that's going on. So the video that Moist Critical reacted to was this viral video of basically a guy going into a drive-thru and requesting a pup cup. The thing is, though, the employee that was at the window refused to give him the pup cup. No, that's strange. Why would they refuse to give them the all-famous Starbucks pup cup? Well, dear friends, it's because he was not at Starbucks, he was at McDonald's. So he's at the wrong restaurant. And after the person at the window said that, no, I'm sorry, we can't give you the pup cup, multiple times in a much more polite way, this guy lost his mind, screaming at the person at the window, just being really disruptive. And his point was that some employee in the past gave him a pup cup at McDonald's and he wanted that same treatment again. But this time the employees weren't giving it to him. Because, it's McDonald's and not Starbucks. But he didn't get that. And that's pretty much it. Guy freaks out, drive through, everybody has a good laugh, and everybody moves on. Everybody except one person. This guy is such an interesting case, and I feel like we need to have him studied, because I've never seen somebody be so confidently in the minority opinion here. So pretty much after posting that video, another channel called Fan Advocacy Network went over the stream that he did of that video and pointed out every single fact as to why Moist Critical is wrong, why everybody is wrong, and why this customer deserves his pup cup and how he should have been treated better. And spoiler alert, the points aren't great. It all kind of boils down to one broad point, and that's the customer is always right. Which is a whole load of doopel-wopple. It's not true. I think we've evolved enough as a species to understand that the customer is not always right, and I think the argument could be made that they are rarely right. I think that if I was to get information about a company, I would trust the employees more than the people buying there. So Fan Advocacy made this video, which by the way, he didn't really use nice language. He was kind of flipping a tit, and by kinda, I mean very much so flipping a tit. Which then caused Charlie to respond in a 17-minute video where he went over every single point that this guy made. I recommend that you watch it because they're great points. They're really solid points, and it kind of just shows the craziness that the internet has become with people always wanting to have a debate over things that really shouldn't have been debated. And that was that, no harm done. Until he decided to respond again, because Fan Advocacy took an L here, a really, really big L. But he was not going to go down quietly. He was going to go down swinging to the last breath, to the last draw, which caused him to make this video called Streamer Brain, which is 13 minutes, and man, it really is something.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's an old saying in the legal profession that if you want to defend your client and you have the law, you argue the law. If you have the facts, you argue the facts, and if you have neither, you stomp your fist, you raise your voice, and you insult your opponent. That is essentially what Moist Critical did here. It is a 17-minute and 57-second tantrum.
And we're going to stop right there because that was not what the video was at all. In fact, the video was really, really well thought out as every single point was shut down. The only half point that I'm going to let this guy have is the fact that Moist Critical Charlie was frustrated. You can tell that he was very frustrated in the video. But do you blame him? Do you blame him with the stuff that this guy was saying? When you're dealing with somebody that says the customer is always right and then just continues to disregard every other point, like, I don't know, that they don't serve the pup cup, that's not something that you can get. Trust me, I'd get frustrated too.
From this person that wanted to escalate things to a level that I don't even understand where it comes from. We disagree on an employee and customer interaction, and you incorrectly assumed that this person was being given a special exception every time they went there, when I proved by actually going to McDonald's and using the app and going through the drive-thru and going in person that you can order whipped cream as a side. They charge you 80 cents for it. It comes in the little sundae cup.
So I'll give you some points there. You managed to get whipped cream. This is the only part of the video that really makes you scratch your head and think, huh, you know what, maybe he's got a point. That's the only thing in the video that really makes me scratch my head. But even then, it's kind of like, well, it's just whipped cream. It's still not a pup cup. It's still not the official pup cup. Also, backtracking to what he said about him taking this out of proportion, you fired the first shot, my man. In case you didn't notice. Because if you watch the video that he made first, that fan advocacy made first on Moist Critical, he kind of went hard and heavy, basically calling him stupid, and that was it. And there in turn lies the problem with this last video, and there in turn lies the problem with this video. He makes points, very few and far between, and the rest is just an insulting match. It was like that last video, and through this video, like, it's basically just it's just a DLC of what he said before. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again with little jabs in between. That's exactly what happened with the video that Moist Critical reacted to last time, and that's exactly what's happening now. And again, besides the insults, the only point that's being made is that the customer is always right. And it's just not true. It's just not true. Do you remember the old expression, if your friend told you to jump off a cliff, would you do it? That's kind of the situation here, to a much more, real life equivalence. No, if a customer tells you to do something, you don't have to do it, especially if that's not what your company does. And yes, they have whipped cream. That good for them. That doesn't mean that they are required to give you a thing of whipped cream. Sure, you can get it as a side, but not like an official pup cup. That's just not a thing, because they don't do that. You know what else they have at McDonald's? They have cheese, they have fries. They don't give you cheesy fries. I'm sure if I asked for cheesy fries, they probably would not get me cheesy fries. The whole thing is just incredibly stupid just to watch because it is so bad because every single point that he's made in this video has already been addressed. He's just rewording it. He's basically putting his old video into ChatGPT and getting it reworded, and that's it. And if you look at the comments, you can tell that this guy has just lost cold hard facts. Just a quick scroll down the comments, you can really see that nobody really agrees with this guy, like at all. And then we run into the problem that we're talking about before, is inability to take the L, because on most of these comments that have a negative comment about him, he's responded. Look at him. Look at most of these. How many comments are there? 493. 493, and he's responded to oh my gosh, he's responded to so many of them. So many of them. Until an item called Pup Cup gets added to the menu, they can refuse the request of a Pup Cup. Simple as that. The employee made the guy throwing the tantrum go away after realizing he can't be reasoned with. Some rage bait channel, man. In which he responded, the moment he explained what a Pup Cup is, which is a side of whipped cream, the employee should have given it to him, period. Can the employee refuse service? Yes, but they can have no obligation unless it's actually warranted, or lazy employees who would just refuse the customer to avoid doing work. Harassing service workers is never okay. What the customer did in the beginning of the video is not harassment. He was yelling at the person at the window. That's the definition of harassment. So, the guy is so... and I'm at a loss for words, because I, for a while, started to think that it's satire. And a part of me still hopes that the video is satire, but it just seems too real, and that's why I don't think it is satire, which is unfortunate because it means that this guy really thinks that this is okay to harass people and ask for items on the menu that don't exist. So far, Charlie hasn't responded to this video, and I really don't think he will. It's just a repeat of the video that he already did. He'd just be saying the same things over and over again. To my knowledge, he hasn't posted another video talking about the Pup Cup yet. Oh, wait, no. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. The whipped cream war. Well, okay, well, I was gonna say he was doing better. He didn't respond to as many comments. Or did he limit the comments? Ooh. Well, that'd be unfortunate. And again, looking through these comments, they're pretty much the same. Just L after L, nobody really agreeing with him. It's just such a crazy situation to have unfold. I didn't think that we would be in a situation where we'd be discussing this. And this comment is 100% right. Y'all be living rent-free in this guy's head, LOL. The only person that's having a freak out over the whipped cream besides the guy at the actual McDonald's is this guy. It's this channel. The truth is, the fight was done before it even started. And I know, it's opinion. Opinions are, opinions, but your opinion is just wrong. And it's like, these are one of the rare opinions that are wrong. It doesn't take a high school graduate to figure out that asking for food that doesn't exist and then berating and complaining to the employees, it doesn't take a big brain to realize that that's not okay. But apparently it's hard for some people. You are now cursed with the knowledge that I have that this kind of mentality exists. But that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, if indeed you still are. My name is Brockster, and I bid you all adieu.